Alright, we got Skinks, we got Crocscore, you know it's Lizardmen. And here we go with Khorne, Skull Taker, leading his legion. We have Danny versus Jay Phoenix, an RTK player, although Werewolf Boyfriend does doesn't sound as good off the tongue. Jay, change your name, come on man. Come on man. Make it so we know who you are. Alright, this is the finals of the SFT I ran. And it is definitely going to be a strong game, a good game. I was surprised. We were playing on Eastern Isle Colony. I believe Jay's the one who picked this. And it is already a bad matchup for Lizardmen, because Khorne just can tear apart their skinks. So you can't go skink, spam, and hope to win. Yeah, playing as Lizardmen, this is actually really tough. I don't actually know how you do this besides just have like a backline of maybe some Razordon solar engines, and just hope to hold off. I think he wanted to do something like that. I definitely don't think Beast Caster is the way to go, especially with those two spells. A Manticore just doesn't cut it, and Flock of Doom usually is good, but when everything in the Khorne roster has 35% spell resist, you're doing a way less per tick. So I think it goes down from, I think Flock of Doom goes to, I think up to 67, 50 to 67. On average, you're doing like somewhere between 35 and 50 now. That's a big decrease. Somewhere around there, I could be wrong. It's just, in my opinion, just not worth it. And you really need there to be huge blobs too. Because you gotta think, you do that for 7 seconds. It's gonna take you to, I think the arithmetic I did, 10 uses, so 70 winds of magic, a Flock of Doom, because it lasts, what, 7 seconds? And it's like 6 or 7 winds of magic. I could be wrong. To do like 7,000 damage, and that might kill, that won't even kill a Khorne Gore at that point. I could be wrong, my math could be off, it's been a minute. But yeah, this game I though did like, even though we're posturing here. Just goes to show how does a Khorne player try to deal with these skirmish kind of builds, especially with the skink skirmish spam. Jay actually beat me while I was playing Walk when he did this type of build, and you just let them eat marauders, right? You just give them cheap garbage to just throw their stuff out, and while you're doing that, just build up. Yes, it's boring for the first 5 or 6 minutes, but once you have the right units in the good position, so you can do an alpha strike, you do something like this. And yeah, I think Jay should have been doing... He should have been pushing the Khorne Gores just a bit harder, but here come the Gore Beast Chariots right now to punish those skinks. Those gorillas. Oh man, they're so good. They're so beastly. Getting this around there. Furies to come in now. And yeah, this is what I was talking about, getting Razor Gores, getting the skink skirmishers. The line of sight, though, is kind of being blocked right now because he doesn't have the units in proper positions. And yeah, these skinks are going to get run down here. The Cold One Knight's probably waiting for the Furies to get the charges off on them. And yeah, it's just so tough. And on top of that, Jay did bring like a Skink Chief. I definitely would not have brought him. His HP is 3,700. It's so low, especially against any of the Khorne Lords. The only thing, he might be able to peek. Maybe the Blood Speaker, I want to say. I think even the Herald still kicks his ass. You know? Like, just because they can heal. Summons the Manticore. What's the Manticore gonna do? I don't know, because, yeah, everything here is Frenzy, so the Terror's not gonna help, or any of the Fear. Gore Beasts are just chewing through. Here come the Cold Wind Spear Riders to eat away at the Gore Beast Chariots. Like that so far. You really need those skinks alive so you can start poking at those Khorne Gores. Fury's in the back though. Danny kind of laps a micro there, and yeah, here come the Cold Ones to do some countercharges. Probably should have countercharged the Forsaken, because it's really your front line you need to survive, not necessarily your... Yeah, he sent the Manticore to try to snipe Skull Taker, which is a bit strange. A bit strange indeed. Yeah, the Manticore and the Cold One Spear Riders, again, they're just getting crumped. Skink Chief is beating up on Blood Beast. Don't dislike that at all. But yeah, just skinks just aren't there for the front line. I think Redcrest skinks, in case he brings Chaos Warriors a core, maybe more efficient. I don't know, it's hard. Or you could just bring Skink Javelins, because Skink Javelins and the regular skinks actually have the same stat line. They are as cheap though, that's for sure. It's, I think 325 versus like 425, I want to say. Yeah, it should be the same versus the javelins. Same exact stat line, both shielded, except you have the javelins who could pretty much are kind of like a nuking unit, like they have a bombing. What are those? The dwarf blasting charges. Yeah, it's like a blasting charge unit, except they have poison. But that's what chameleon stalkers are for. Yeah, just everything's just not going right. Danny's doing everything he should. I don't think the skinks should be capping at all. I think they should be throwing shots in the back line and then using them as a way to buffer for your actual shooting units too. Skinks. Oh, here comes a nasty sword of Khorne. Yeah, the skink chief's trying to duke it out. Yeah, that's a problem. That hole in the army is a issue. And this is why I don't like this map. Because the other map I think they had was Ultra of the Champion, and I think that would have given the given the Lizardmen a way more room to play with. But when you force choke points with Khorne, that's all they're gonna want to do. Man, skirmishers of Khorne gonna go run off, recapture the point. Not a bad idea at all. Don't really need them here anyways. He's pretty much pushing him back into the spawn. Khorne Gores out of pocket right now. Not the worst, though, chasing off these Razordon. Fury's chasing off the other Razordon. Furies will absolutely eat the Razor herd easily. Ooh, and yeah, it's just... I mean, this is a beautiful Flock of Doom. The problem is, it's just not gonna... I mean, look at that. 50 damage per tick, but it only lasts 7 seconds. So, 50 per tick on average. Let's just be generous, right? 57 seconds, what's that? So that's about 350 damage, right? You do that 10 more times, that's only 3,000 damage? That's pretty bad. That's really bad. But against, across like 5 units, you'd have to make it a lot of units, right? And I'm talking about like infantry-sized units too. Not SEs, not monstrous infantry, not lords that can heal. Yeah, that really has to make it worth it. And Khorne is just pushing back. Jay's just down on value. The Marauder Horsemen actually have insanely good charge. They got 40 charge bonus with the Frenzy. And then you include the anti-infantry, they'll eat skink skirmishers. And yeah, all the points are compromised. Danny with Khorne is just terrifying. Danny with anything is just, ugh, man. I put money on Danny any day of the week. Oh, Carnosaur, there we go. The problem is it's a feral Carnosaur. Because Khorne Gores are going to love chopping this boy up. And Minotaurs. And Forsaken. And then the Skink Chief is just, yeah, he's just there. Yeah, I just don't like the Skink Chief. I think you bring something like Nakai. You don't bring a Slan Priest because he's too slow and easy to snipe, right? And you really need to bodyguard him. There's also the possibility you could bring the Shredder Illustria, but the Marauder Horsemen just easily just chew through him. You get enough Minotaurs and Skull Taker and that thing will go down quick. Yeah, this is why I don't like the Skink Chief. He's just getting his ass kicked by Marauders with dual weapons. And don't be surprised, Marauders with dual weapons actually can beat Dragon Slayers, the Dragon Hero Slayers, in melee, which is pretty insane. Yeah, GG's to both players. That game was over. Khorne, you can see why Khorne does that, but that's what you gotta do as a Khorne player, right? You do the build up, don't take fights you don't have to, and then just push. Push when you know you have the units in the positions where you need to, have your targets ready, and just go. Yeah, he only had 3 Marauders, the rest were Marauder Horsemen, 1 Fury in the open. I normally don't have Furies in the open, so that's actually not a bad idea. Forsaken just makes sense, Skull Taker's just good. He's just good. Danny's been talking to Scarbrand. That's what's been going on. He's been taking all Scarbrand's notes. And yeah, I think just maybe some Solar Engines instead, or Gold Coldwind Riders, drop down. Yeah, just get rid of the 2 leaders, the 2 characters, swap them out. Get Nakai. Nakai can give 20 Fizz Res and 40 melee attack into a blob, and that would be perfect on a map like this. So yeah, that's what I would do. Alright, we're at the end of the video, folks. If you liked it, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000. Come join me on the stream when we have it, and the tournaments over on Total Tavern. And yeah, with all that said, you guys have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.